This is Space Marines. Space Marines is a game mode on the Laserforce system that requires teamwork and strategy, unlike any other game of laser tag. In Space Marines, there are two teams consisting of 6 people. Each player has a specific class and a role to fill. Teams work together to eliminate the enemy medic and then each other over the course of a 15-minute game. Space Marines can be played at any Laserforce site around the world. When playing their first game, most players are timid and afraid of being eliminated. So in games full of new players, not a lot happens. If you end up with experienced players, it will probably be very frustrating. But don't let this discourage you. Just ask questions and try to learn from the more experienced players. The more you play, the better you will get. Resetting is an ability that all players have on the Laserforce system. When a player has been deactivated, they have 4 seconds of safe downtime. Those 4 seconds, they are safe from being shot by any other player in the arena. The next 4 seconds, however, they can be shot by any player that does not have them currently registered as their last target. This means that if you deactivate a player and shoot another target, you will be able to shoot the player that you just deactivated before their lights come back on, making them completely defenseless. You cannot legally shoot an opponent that's on the ground, so it's important that you always keep your phaser up, so that you can shoot opponents as they round corners. A phaser pointed up will have a much quicker reaction time than one pointed at the ground. An ammo and a medic can resupply a teammate at the same time. This is commonly referred to as doubles. When an ammo and medic double resupply a player on their team, that cuts the resupply time in half. It is important to maintain a positive attitude while playing Space Marines. Players that maintain a positive attitude are less likely to make mistakes and more likely to improve. The commander is typically an offensive powerhouse. He has the ability to activate nukes for every 20 special points that he gets. The commander starts with 15 lives and 30 shots. Every time he is resupplied, he can get 4 lives and 5 shots. He can hold up to a maximum of 30 lives and 60 shots. The Heavy is the most powerful class in the game, and as such, typically defends the resupply. They have 3 shot power and 3 armor. A Heavy starts with 10 lives and 20 shots. Each resupply provides them with 3 lives and 5 shots, and they can hold up to a maximum of 20 lives and 40 shots. The Scout is the most versatile class. They have 1 shot power and 1 armor, and there are 2 scouts on a team at a time. They start with 15 lives and 30 shots. Each resupply gives them 5 lives and 10 shots for a maximum of 30 lives and 60 shots. Upon reaching 10 special points, a Scout can activate Rapid Fire, which helps level the playing field with the commander and Heavy out there. The Ammo is the player in charge of resupplying their teammates with more shots. They have 1 shot power and 1 armor. The Ammo starts with 10 lives and has unlimited ammo. They get 3 lives each time they are resupplied. When an Ammo gains 15 special points, they can activate an Ammo boost, which will resupply all active teammates with more ammo. The Medic is the most important player in the game. They have the ability to resupply their team with more lives. They have 1 shot power and 1 armor. They start the game with 15 shots and 20 lives. When they get a resupply, they gain 5 shots and can hold a maximum of 30. They cannot receive any more lives. When they gain 10 special points, they can activate their ability called Lives Boost. This ability resupplies all active teammates with more lives. If you have followed a deactivated opponent for more than 10 feet, you must wait for 2 seconds after their lights come back on to target them. In order to take a legal shot, your opponent must have line of sight to one hit zone more than just your phaser. And while you may use your own body or the arena to hide your hit zones, you may not target an opponent while doing so. A player may not deliberately block an opponent's passage through an area. In areas less than 7 feet wide, they must give at least half of the path to the passing player. Do not play in a way that your actions could potentially harm another player. This includes running around blindly, jumping around other players, moving around with your arms outstretched, especially around corners. In order to target another player, you must have 2 hands on your phaser. No player shall deliberately knock, grab, or interfere with another player's shot. You may not leave the designated starting area before the mission start signal is given. You may not leave the playing arena unless you have been eliminated, a ref indicates for you to do so, or you have been injured. Upon being eliminated from a mission, a player must leave the arena by the most direct route. While eliminated, you may only indicate to other players that you passed that you have been eliminated, and nothing more. Once a player has been eliminated and left the playing arena, they are not allowed to have any interaction with the mission in progress. A player may not use offensive or abusive language that is publicly audible. Your shoulder hit zones must sit on the peak of your shoulders at all times. A player may tilt their body, but not their vest. A player may not use or attempt to use a phaser other than their own. A player may not remove their equipment unless they have been indicated to do so by a referee or have been eliminated and left the playing arena. A player may not climb on or jump off of any part of the arena. You may not sit or lie down unless you have been injured. You may not target another player while sitting or lying down, and you may not target another player who is sitting or lying down. A player may not deliberately or carelessly engage in any form of harmful or potentially harmful contact. You may not act in any way that will bring the game into disrepute. This may include, but is not limited to, verbal abuse or intimidation of referees and other players, extreme or repeated breaches of the rules, blatant rule violations in an attempt to eliminate the opposing team, the use of any non-standard Laserforce equipment, or attempting to eliminate your own team because you're losing really badly.